speak on that and let people know what you're going through, because at the end of the day, you never know. That might be why somebody really rocks with you, because they went through the same thing or are going through the same thing. So, yeah.
I like that. I'm getting a lot of, you know what? It's not even a comparison that I can really do. Honestly, to be honest with you, it's one of those things like it's not even a try to put somebody in a box, but you always try to relate somebody to something that you know. Sure. But I mean, honestly, from talking to you and just short little interaction we had and a few others that we had before, I mean, it's like, man, it's you and being a music fan, I appreciate that. Like you just being authentic and it not feeling like it's a gimmick or it's a game that you're trying to, or a front that you're trying to put on to look like something. Right. It's just being yourself. I mean, that's great. That's awesome. So applaud to you. Big up to you for that. Can we talk about a little bit about your average day? What's the average day for Cultured Kelz? What's the average day,
man? Always thinking. Always thinking. What's that old song? Thinking of a master plan. Like, that's always me, man. I always got like 100 things going through my mind, even if it's from like, okay, how am I going to help my family today? How am I going to, motivate my friends? How am I going to motivate myself? What's my next step? I'm always thinking about something and trying to work towards something, man. Like, there's days where like, I have to just throw on some motivational speakers, man, whether it be Gary Vee or E.T. and whoever, man, just to make sure I'm trying to get the full amount out of my day. I remember Pac said in an interview, once a black man reaches, I think he said 25 or 26, that's it for us. We're drained. We don't got no more fight in us, man. You feel me? So, like, I'm trying to get the most of it before then. You feel me?
I completely. You touched on the military.
Yes, sir.
Can you just talk about that? Can you just give us a little backstory on your military?
For sure. So I left to the military when I was 20 years old, about to be 21. I actually turned 21 in boot camp. Okay. So my 21st birthday wasn't all booze and stuff. We took a shot of water, though, so it was cool. But I left to the military. At the time, I was in a depression. Okay. I had tried college, like twice already, 2 or 3 times. Dropped out from different stuff that was going on. I was living with my pops not long before that. We had got evicted. He was going through, again, some mental health issues, things like that. Found myself back at my mom's crib after I had went to Tallahassee. Things didn't work out there. So I'm like sleeping at mom's crib. I'm working a serving job, making ends meet, whatever. And I found myself falling into a depression. And my Duke, she's cutthroat, man. She keep it real with me, so she got to the point like, well, you need to do something. Right. What are you gonna do? And I remember I was like, okay, I'll talk to a recruiter. Okay. They sold me the dream. You're gonna have your own crib and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, all right, whatever, let's get it. Jumped on the military wagon, signed up, shipped out. Again, started that soul searching while I was out there and realized like, this ain't it for me. This ain't it. A lot of baggage that I was holding on to from my childhood traumas and things like that actually surfaced while I was in the military. Okay. And I started seeing a therapist in there, which, again, for anybody who's thinking about going to therapy or speaking to somebody, I say do it. It can't hurt. For me, it definitely brought up some things, some traumas that I was holding on to. And even though at first it kind of made things a little worse because it was things I've never tapped into before out loud. Okay. And my anger problems was out this roof, I was always ready to fight, always ready to whatever, and that's not the way you want to move, man, because that'll get you in a lot of trouble. Of course. So started speaking on it with the therapist, things like that. And ended up getting a medical discharge. So came home early, started doing my thing on the music tip. I'm in school, shout out Full Sail. And yeah, that's the story for the military thing so far, man.
You touched on school.
Yes,
so
sir.
Let's not get off that. You talk to us about the school. You say you tried college a couple times. Yeah. Did the soul search. Yeah. Now you locked in. Cultured Kelz.
Halfway through working on my bachelor's now for the school too.
So what are you going to school for, if you don't mind?
No problem, man. Music business major. Shout out Full Sail University. I decided to go music business because I seen a lot of my musician peers taking the recording arts route. Okay. And I'm like, well, that's kind of what engineers and all them are for. Right. I want to learn the business because, again, I know I'm coming from a different angle, which to some people that might be hard to market because they've never dealt with someone like me, and I want to be able to understand and communicate and have that lingo to be able to speak with them on that level.
And you know yourself enough to where you're not putting yourself in a box.
There we go.
And you know know the other side of it. So you know the language and the wording and everything else like that. I respect that. That's a real smart
Yes,
choice.
sir.
Very, very smart choice. So, speaking of, you've done a lot of performances, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
So, performance anxiety. How do you get yourself up ready for a performance? Do you do them regularly?
All right,
Is
check
it
this
one
out.
of those? Yeah, talk to me. Talk to the people.
So my first performance,
Okay.
I had performance anxiety like a mug, man.
Okay.
And I remember I tried to drink it off. You feel me? I was
Okay.
like, take a couple shots and I'm sure things will
Take the edge
calm
off.
down. Make sure you know how many shots you take it. Because, so I got a little too drunk for my first performance. Didn't go too bad, but I was definitely forgetting lyrics on stage.
Okay.
It was obvious I was drunk. But after that, I would say like I fell in love with the nervousness. I fell in love with that anxiety. And once you fall in love with that, and it gives you almost like a rush of inspiration, it's like, yeah, this the moment. Like pregame, man, you see football players before games,
So I was
right?
just about to dive
They
into
be like,
that.
let's go. Like they nervous,
Right.
but that's what
That
gets
what drives you, that gets you there.
I think that's where my energy comes from on
Okay.
stage, for real. Yeah.
Okay. So would you say are you more a performer or are you more of a stage presence type thing? Because there's two different things. You could be a performer but not have a stage presence, but you could have a stage presence and not be a performer, or you tapped into both.
Not to toot my own horn, but I believe I'm tapped into both, man. Like, I always try to think of something different, like what hasn't been done, what's something new I could do. And then at the same time, like, I know when I'm on the stage, people's phones getting put away. People, they want to see what's going on. Yeah, like, I've been in venues where people are talking everywhere, this and that, and then I get to performing and then quiet. You can hear a penny drop when I'm not speaking. Like, and to me, that's a thrill. Like, that's like, dang, these people want to hear what I have to say, man. Like, that's why I take my message so important as well.
Okay. So with that being said, who would you like to collaborate with? And if you have already, whether it be, we'll do who have you collaborated with?
Okay.
We'll go local, who you want to, and then we'll go if you had the budget, or Cultured Kelz is the biggest name out there, and you could, dead or alive, collab with anybody. Okay. So we'll start with who you collab with already.
So I've collabed with actually a lot of artists in the city. From shout out Zondi, that's the homie. King Treasy. I can't think right now, man.
No disrespect to none of the artists.
Yeah, no disrespect at all. They know, man, I'm always down to work. I've collabed with a lot of local artists, man. But as far as Tony Boy, of course, actually he's one of the people on this song, which that was a crazy story in itself. That's somebody I was really hoping to collab with, and it ended up coming to surface. He jumped on this, and as far as who I would collab with, if I had the budget,
you go anywhere.
Man, I'm definitely tapping into like your J. Cole's, your Drake's, Roddy Ricch. Rod Wave, shout out Florida.
That'd be crazy. You and the Rod Wave would be crazy.
That would be a lot of pain on one.
Hey, right? That'd just be a lot.
And you said Dead too?
Yeah,
before I get into that, I also want to tap in with Joyner Lucas. He is a monster.
So you do like Joyner? Joyner Lucas is.
Joyner Lucas is a GOAT. Yeah, he's definitely a GOAT in my book. Dead, I would want to, R.I.P. to Nip, R.I.P. to X, R.I.P. to Pac. People who really had a message, who stood for something. Yeah. All of them, man. Those are,
Okay. Producers that you're working with right now.
Shout out Soleil. Shout out Jaffe. I've done work with Mr. Tenchon. I'm trying to get in there with OTW. Some of y'all may know him, some of y'all may not. Other than that, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, but I'm trying to get off of that.
Gotcha.
Trying to get off the YouTube wagon and start really tapping in.
Locking in with producers and getting the actual in-house producer to produce your joints and have your sound.
For sure, which I got one I'm working with close now. Shout out Talvin, doing his thing. We've been chopping it up a lot, so we
Again, with the artist, the budget, you get ready to blow the
big
bag.
Time, man.
Big time, you get ready to blow the bag. Who you want? Who you calling first?
To be real, I would go off a vibe for that. I would want to see I would put my ear to the streets and be like, which one of these producers has mentioned me before or even knows who I am? Okay. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Because a big part of this for me is vibes, man, and who I work with.
Okay.
We gotta have some type of rapport. Like we got.
So you want it organic?
Yeah,
organic
I'm all about the organic.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be some sort of relationship there. Like, yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about a couple venues that you've done to where people can see you at? Or
sure.
if you have upcoming venues that you want to talk about, go ahead.
For sure, yeah. I've been in a Soundbar. You know, I've been. I did shout out Moxie. I did the Superfest. That was probably one of my biggest to this day. A lot of performances at Loud Gallery. I did a couple shows in Tampa. I don't really remember the venue names, but Tampa is nothing but love out there. Definitely want to get back out there soon. A3C in Atlanta was dope. I'm just looking to expand, man.
I got
you feel me? I did, like, last year, I put together all my flyers that I was on, and I put a collage together. I did over 35 shows. That's more than that, because those were just the ones I had flyers for.
You had flyers for? Okay.
Yeah, that's not counting the ones I was featured on or things like that, open mics. So I love to work, man. I love them. Yeah, for sure.
So my last question is, that's the big one. For somebody who wants to follow in the Cultured Kelz footsteps, so somebody who wants to take the same path as becoming an artist and, you know, be up and coming like you are, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, listen to your heart. That sounds so cliche, sounds so corny, but for real, like, check me out. To anybody who wants to do this, if you want to follow my footsteps, it's not about what anybody around you says. Because when I first started, I didn't have all the support that I have now. Okay. And if you're not hearing it inside you, if you're not going to sleep at night like, bro, I need to be doing this, and you're not waking up in the morning like, bro, I need to be doing this might not be what you need to be doing. If you're waiting for validation from him or her or them, this might not be what you need to be doing. So if you want to follow my footsteps with whatever you want to do, follow what your heart and your soul telling you to do, because nobody else can make that decision for you.
Okay. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Follow your own dreams. Don't look for validation. You heard it here first from Cultured Kelz. I appreciate you, brother.
For sure, man. Thank you, bro. Hey, you can follow me at Cultured Kelz on everything. Check me out on all streaming platforms, Cultured Kelz. That expression's coming soon. Be on the lookout. Cultured Kelz up next. You heard me?